What's up, world's knowledge? God, hip hop is real. In this epic clash of new titans in the industry, nobody holds the belt when it comes to the legends. One of the guys who've been putting on for a long time, still reigning champion, reigning MVP, reigning forefather, one of the best that ever do it, and still doing it at the highest level. None other than Loaded Lux. Loaded Lux, man, he came back with a vengeance. He's been in his bag. He's battled two of the top, killers of the new era. You know what I'm saying? Rum Nitty just, had a magnificent performance, battle of the year. And then for him to go to London versus Twerk, high energy, one of the best to do it. And to put on such a masterful performance, getting 3-0 chance in London, winning, I think, by most, if not majority of the polls, just, overwhelmingly showing that, he's undeniably one of the greats, if not the greatest, to ever do this, man. Along with his contemporary Murder Mook, these guys are, continuously showing the high level of intensity when it comes to the sport of battle rap. And, this blog is basically, not just giving Lux his praise, but highlighting, that he still has, ops on the plate. Like, Lux still got beef, still got squabbles he could get into, So I want to get you guys' opinion. I'm going to give you guys a little, a couple of options of who you guys think should be next for Loaded Lux. Who do you guys think deserve this battle or, would put up the best fight or give us some of the most entertaining battles? All right, I'm going to go off. I think I got between almost maybe 10 names, close to 10 names that we want to see Loaded Lux versus. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do, I guess, I'm going to start with with the lowest name to the highest name that I think Loaded Lux should be battling next right now. Coming in at number 10 to be battling Loaded Lux. This guy right here. He's one of the guys who's been putting on. He's a wordsmith. He's a bar master. One of the best to ever do it. I'm not even going to say come in at what number. I'm just going to name the names and however that order it falls into. But I'm going to go with Chilla Jones, man. Chilla Jones, he's one of the guys. It ain't been a lot of conversation between, but it hasn't been a lot of conversation between him and Lux supposed to battle, but, he's put on. He's shown that, he's one of the guys when it comes to the pen. Him and Mickey Fax, Pendulum Inc. The guy, has a school for learning how to write bars. So, I think Chilla Jones having one of the greatest battles with JC of all time, he gets the nod, as one of the guys that people would want to see him versus Loaded Lux and would, give him a fight. Chilla, he's been in there with multiple different types of styles. And I think him and Lux would, like anybody else, rise Chilla to the next level. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to getting down with this right here, man, in this battle rap ring. The next battler, that I think Lux should battle on this group or in this list of people that he should battle. This guy right here is a bona fide killer. Of course, we want to see, see this again. And I think it's a rematch, but I'm not putting this on the highest level of the Lux because it's already happened. And I'm talking about, free to wave, Sue Surf, man, free Surf. When he comes home, he put Lux as one of the guys that he wants to battle and that he wants to, get his rematch, get his vindication. He felt like the battle in California didn't go well. The guys battled in an empty room. It's supposed to be a big stage, but then COVID happened and, the world just wasn't the same. And Surf didn't get the Lux battle that he wanted. So I think that right there would be a dope battle, Surf and Loaded Lux. I think it'd be a clash of titans once again. And I think this time they could do it right on the big stage. It would be a different battle. It would be a fire battle. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people saying, Lux got that. We don't want to see it again. But, listen, man. Certain rematches, I think, are worth it and, warranted. So, a Lux versus Surf rematch, listen, man, let's get it. Let's get to it, man. Smack, is you ready? You know what I mean? Surf, is you ready? Again, free to wave. We're hearing that he's coming home soon. So, we're looking for, the best outcome when it comes to Surf and his situation. The next one to the plate, you feel me? This guy right here, man, to me, this guy is one of the guys that people have been wanting to see. You know, I don't want to make it seem like I got him low, but I like this battle because, you know, he's one of the ops that, you know, have been calling out Loaded Lux. You know what I'm saying? The fans been wanting to see it for years, but his stock has went up and down and things like that. As far as just, I guess the stock in the race of him battling Lux. And this is none other than one of the best wordsmiths in the world, classic battle rapper, champion when it comes to tournament winner, none other than JC, man. JC's one of the killers of the game. Y'all know what he do. Y'all know where he come from. Y'all know the pain he done put in for so many years in this game. JC is one of the guys, man, that's going to show that, you know, he can give Lux that run for his money. You know, I put Chilla number, you know, as the first guy, you know, as on the low end of the poll or whatever to get the Lux, as far as the battle we most want to see or most anticipated. But listen, man, JC, I feel like they have more of a rivalry in a sense. It's not a real grudge or anything, but it's like some type of rivalry. JC wants that battle because he's known as one of the best pens in the game. So I think that right there, of course, will rise JC to a whole nother level. Anybody and everybody who wants to see that would go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think Jay-Z is definitely deserving of that battle and would put on one of the best performances we've ever seen. And so far, out of everybody I've named so far, you know, Chilla, I don't see him beating Lux. I'm sorry, Chilla. I think it would be an incredible battle, but I don't see that happening. Surf, I'm not gonna lie, that's a toss up in the air. I feel like some people feel like if he ain't mess up, he could have beat Lux, this, that, and the third. You know, if would give us $1 million, we all be rich. So, with that being said, I think on a big stage, I'm gonna reserve my call on this one. You know what I mean? I don't go against Loaded Lux though, by the way. And JC, I think Lux again has the style to combat him and, you know what I'm saying, make him, you know, listen, man, make him look, create the separation. I'll say it like that. I feel like Lux can show a separation with him and JC, even though I think JC is an incredible pen. Now we're going into the next MC. This guy, I know, you know, listen, I put him above these other three because I feel like he really wants this battle. You know what I mean? This guy has done everything. He's done fought the smallest guys to the biggest guys. He done fought, you know what I mean, the legends, the up-and-coming legends. This guy, and he shows nothing but love to the culture and a warrior. And he been doing this since the early 90s. I'm talking about none other than the bar god himself, Danny Myers, the Metaphor Messiah. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here, Mr. Parallel Universe. This guy right here, I think definitely, you know, would be one of the guys to give Lux a good run for his money. Because not only does he have the intricacies with the bars and, you know what I'm saying, and able to do, you know, what he does as far as a lyricist, this guy right here, his performance be through the roof. His energy, you know what I'm saying? He has his accuracy as far as like his ability to stay consistent and put on and really do what he's supposed to do. You know, Danny Myers, the bar god, is one of those guys, man, who I feel like would give Lux a run for his money and put on a hell of a performance against the beloved Loaded Lux. And yeah, man, that's one of the battles that we all want to see. And, you know, Danny's one of them guys who will give Loaded Lux a run for his money. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Danny, he's the bar guy, and he'll show exactly what he's able to do against somebody like Lux with this opportunity. He's shown it with Tay Rock, and he's shown it with Shine. He's risen to the occasion multiple times. You know what I'm saying? I could keep going on. And, yeah, this would be one of them ones. Now, on to the next battle rapper who I think Loaded Lux, of course, would be Loaded Lux's next best opponent. All right, coming in at the next opponent is none other than DNA. DNA, man, a crazy style clash for Loaded Lux. You know what I'm saying? DNA, he's showing that not only is he a student of the game, but he has history with Lux. Him and DNA were supposed to battle in Summer Madness 2. DNA was supposed to be in the place of Calico. You know, power to the people. We back to do maintenance. DNA was also on that card as well, and he did his thing as well. So, you know, I think it was versus Ness, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So DNA has been rising to becoming one of the best to ever do it. You know, he might get some criticism, and the fans might, you know, not always be on his side. But one thing they do, they respect his talent, and they know his consistency. You know, he's put on legendary moments again and again. He's upsetted multiple opponents throughout his career. He's known as the PG killer. So when it comes to the new talent, he's the one that welcomes them in and shows them what it's really like to be on that, you know, URL stage, or, you know, just introduction to battle rap period. DNA will, you know, show you what it is when it comes to this battle game. He's one of the greatest freestyles to ever do it. You know, and I feel like he's one of the opponents that Lux would have that would be the most clash style. You know, I feel like that style clash between DNA and Lux would be so different because they do two different things. DNA entertains. Of course, DNA can rap and things like that. Lux is probably the greatest rapper. So it's like, I feel like DNA has, you know, the ability to match with other things, creativity, freestyle ability, things in the moment, you know, to help captivate that. On the pen side, of course, it's like, oh, who could beat Lux? When you put it down on paper, it's going to be tough. But I think DNA got what it takes, man, to put on a great performance against Lux. Does he win? I don't see DNA beating Loaded Lux. But listen, any given Sunday, man, anybody can lose at any time. So the next one, man, who I think would be a great opponent for Lux next would be none other than Hitman Holla. I know you guys, you listen, man, I see the polls, Hitman's not high on the list. But to me, you know, and I know y'all like, yo, the Mook performance and da-da-da. Listen, man, Hitman is still one of them guys, you know what I'm saying? He may have lost to Mook, however y'all feel, he still was up there doing his job and he put on, you know what I'm saying? Hitman, and, you know, I think he's going to look at this battle and it's going to help him with a battle like Lux. I feel like he learned so much from this Mook battle. He ended from not just from himself, from the fans, from, you know, his approaches. I think with Lux, he'll be able to do something different. And like a lot of people saying, Hitman just got to do more of what Hitman do. You know what I'm saying? And Hitman showed, you know, he's a great lyricist and a great rapper. You know what I'm saying? And he showed he's willing to go to different lengths to destroy his opponent. You know what I'm saying? Hitman doesn't, you know, shy away from that. And he's willing to live and die on the sword. So, you know, you got to respect that he's a true warrior. But I think him and Lux would be a great clash. You know, I think, you know, just on a big stage, high energy, I'd love to see that. Even in a small room. Listen, y'all say what y'all want. Hitman is a warrior. He loves the game. He is a fighter. So I believe he would put on a hell of a performance, man. I'm telling y'all, man, the game gets realer and realer. You feel me? Hitman, I think, would be a dope opponent for Loaded Lux next. And just for the fact, the sheer blockbusterness of it, you feel me? Hitman is, you know, blockbuster. You feel me? He a blockbuster battler. You feel me? So I think that right there would be a great battle. Hitman as his next opponent. Okay, climbing into the ranks is getting slim now, you know. These I think I got probably like 3 more opponents for y'all. The first one that I want to get into as far as the next opponent I want to see Lux battle, I'm going to say Tay Rock, man. Tay Rock, the Gunball King. Yo, Rock, every time, you know, I interview Rock and I ask him to say, yo, that's I know, big bro, yo, he brought me into the game. But as the years go on, Rock's like, hey, listen, if the fans want to see it, listen, I'm not ready for it yet, but you never know. Like, I think we wearing him down, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking he's like, yo, who else is left on the chessboard? You know what I'm saying? Me and Lux did the 2-on-2. I said I wouldn't stand in front of him, but, you know, after I got in front of him, listen, hey, man. Smack, give him that bread, man. You know what I'm saying? Cut that check. Tay Rock, of course, man, Blockbuster, the face of URL. Smack just recently said he's the king, along with Hustle being the queen. Like, Rock is the king. He's the guy. He's the face. He's, you know, the most loyal. He's the most down. He's the one who put in the most classics on the URL stage. You feel me? You know, like, you know, probably most appearances on Summer Madness. No, yo, Tay Rock got all the accolades. He's Hall of Fame, first ballot, all that. Him and Lux, of course, man, it would be another one of them ones. Now, another style clash. Like I was saying with DNA, I think this is another style clash for Loaded Lux. You know, the rapid rapping. You know, they definitely, you know, are very witty with words and go crazy. Of course, Lux would always be given a nod when it comes to the pen, but Tay Rock, man, he possesses so much. And of course, this is another battle that will rise him to the next level. Tay Rock, you know, has really kind of been on a giving shots type tour. You know, all his battles is really more giving opportunities. So I think Lux is another one that could help him. You know, that's the only battle where I can see Rock like, okay, this battle is not just me giving a shot. It's like, oh, I'm going against one of them ones, one of the gods, one of the god pens of the game. So, of course, I think Tay Rock, and he would put up a hell of a fight against Loaded Lux. A hell of a fight. I'm talking about one of the best fights we've seen. You know, I think Tay Rock would definitely be up there when it comes to that. All right. I'm down to my last two. I hope I'm not missing anybody. I'm kind of freestyling this off the top of the head. You know what I mean? Shout out to, you know, Chef Tresh, DNA, Charlie Cliff, Holla the Don. You know what I'm saying? Thesaurus, all the greatest freestylers. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my job. You feel me? Surf Jones. Oh, I'm on my job. I'm in my freestyle bag. So DNA, I don't know if I said that, but anyway. So the next name, these are the last two names I got. B-Dot. Where you at, B-Dot? I swear, yo, I think that to me, you know, I said a lot of fire names. B-Dot comes at number 2, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I know, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I know y'all already know who number 1 is because I'm, you know, y'all like, yo, where's this person? Or that person? But yo, B-Dot, I believe, like, and then it's like he's been sitting for so long. His return would be like legendary. You know, I was gonna say like Lux return, but you know, I don't wanna, you know. But listen, B-Dot, one of them ones, you know, came in the game originally. A lot of people felt like he had Lux style, which he, you know, had a very similar style to Lux. The movement, everything. People were calling him the new age, you know, beloved. You feel me? And you know, that God tier song Lux made, you know, went crazy. He called out a lot of the guys. B-Dot was on that list, man. So, you know, I really feel like him and B-Dot would have one of the most incredible battles. I feel like B-Dot could match with lyrical, like he's up there. You know, a lot of people would say it'd be like Jordan and Kobe playing. So it'd be interesting to see that matchup. We've always wanted to see Jordan and Kobe get a one-on-one. So can we see? You know what I'm saying? B-Dot come back. I've spoken to B-Dot, you know, years ago, and he's definitely let me know that he's kind of done and very done with the battle rap culture. But listen, man, B-Dot, if you could give us one last battle, you and Beloved, man. That's the only thing that makes sense. That would break the internet and it would have us going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, B-Dot, man, again, a great wordsmith, great lyricist. Him and Lux would be like probably like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'd be like, you know, a supernova, man. It'd be a bomb. It'd be a nuclear explosion. You feel me? So yeah, this is one of those ones that we're looking forward to. Hopefully we can get B-Dot out here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could get it done. Come on, Schmack, TBL. Somebody, well, we got that paper. Let's make it happen. And sitting at the number 1 spot, man, the battle that the culture's been waiting for forever. And will it ever happen? Can it ever happen? Are we ever going to see this battle? And I'm talking about Daylight versus Loaded Lux. Daylight versus Loaded Lux, man. Sheesh. This is the battle we're looking forward to, man. Will it ever happen? You know what I'm saying? Can it ever happen? Daylight versus Loaded Lux. I want to see that battle. I want to see that battle. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, Lux, they both make it seem like it's like an endgame battle. Like, this battle will bring, like, the realms of battle rap to a stop. Like, probably, like, you know, Daylight, he gets very into it. He'd be like, yo, no battles will ever happen again after this battle. The game, like, turns off and ends. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, like, Daylight and Lux, I know some of us get so upset that it hasn't happened, so a lot of us probably off it, but a lot of us are still want to see that battle, especially after seeing Loaded Lux performance versus Twerk, and then Daylight's performance versus Nitty. It made Daylight look a little like, whoa, we've never, like, Daylight looked shaken up. He had a little minor choke, and you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, light, you know. When you got off that battle with Rock, it was like, yo, that's the best rapping we've ever seen in years. And now it's like, yo, Lux is looking like, you know, the more dangerous opponent. But I do believe that Daylight, man, he's a genius. I've worked with him behind the scenes. I was with him when he was working on with Cole and a whole bunch of other top tier level artists. And I definitely see his genius and his ability. He definitely is a superpower. He has a superpower when it comes to rapping, because he can write, he can come up with things instantaneously, nonstop. You know, so, you know, I believe him and Lux would still be one of the greatest clashes of all time. I'm going to continue to keep giving you guys these, you know, series and just my thoughts on these battles of who's next and things like that. The Who's Next series by Knowledge to God, Hip Hop is Real. Y'all already know the brand. We working. And I'm just walking and talking to the fans and, you know, to the supporters, man. I appreciate you guys for rocking with us for over 10 plus years. You know, we're on the road to 500,000 subscribers. So make sure y'all subscribe, y'all share, y'all leave y'all comments. Let me know what you guys thought about, this topic, and, you know, who should Lux battle first? You know what I'm saying? Who should Lux battle next? Who should Lux battle next? This is the Who's Next series, brought to you by Knowledge to God and Hip Hop is Real and the good folks in the battle rap culture. Let's get it. We out.